Hello, everyone. Hope you're having a wonderful Friday and looking forward to a great weekend. We're going to do our Bible trivia. But before we begin, I got a couple of jokes I got to tell you. My friend, he said that he knew a man with a wooden leg named Steve. So I asked him, what's the name of the other leg? What did the magnet say to the other magnet? I find you very attractive. Oh boy. All right, let's get to our Bible trivia. Question number one. When the Babylonian captivity ended, how long had the Jews been in Babylon? Was it 70 years, 12 years, or 40 years? Second Chronicles 36, verses 2 through 7 tells us that the answer is 70 years. Who prophesied that Judah would serve the king of Babylon 70 years? At the end of that time, the king would be punished. Was it Isaiah, Ezekiel, or Jeremiah? Can't tell you I'll just have to wait. The answer is found in Jeremiah 25, verse number 1. Of course, the answer is Jeremiah. Number 3. Who was the Persian king who ended the captivity and allowed the Jews to return to their homeland? Was it Darius, Cyrus, or Artaxerxes? Can't even say that. Artaxerxes. The answer is found in Ezra 1, verses 1 through 3. And it is Sirius or Cyrus, however you want to say his name. And yes, I am serious. All right, number 4. Cyrus or Sirius issued a decree that what was to be done in Jerusalem. So I'll just call him Cyrus. Cyrus issued a decree that what was to be done in Jerusalem: reforest the hills, rebuild the temple, or rebuild the city. Ezra 1 and verse number 3 tells us that they were to rebuild the temple. Number 5, who led the first group of Jews back to Jerusalem after the captivity of Babylon? Was it Zerubbabel, Nehemiah, or Ezra? Now, the key here is leading the first group. Ezra 2, verse number 2 tells us that it was Zerubbabel. Okay, here's your bonus question. Who built the altar in Jerusalem for burnt offerings? Who built the altar in Jerusalem for burnt offerings? I'm going to give you a hint on this. It's more than one person. So good luck. Good luck on getting this bonus right. Ezra 3, verses 2 through 3 tells us it was Zerubbabel and Jeshua. If you got that, I'm impressed. Question number 1. When God spoke to the Israelites on Mount Sinai, what was their response? They cheered, they trembled, or they ran away. Exodus 20, verse number 18 tells us the answer is they trembled. Number 2, how did the Israelites first receive the 10 Commandments? God spoke them on stone tablets, on parchment. Exodus 20, verses 1 through 17 tells us that God spoke them. Number 3, what did the Israelites sacrifice as a peace offering to God? Lambs, goats, or young bulls? Exodus 24, verse number 5 tells us that it was young bulls. Number 4, what did Moses do with some of the blood from the sacrifices? He poured it on the ground, he sprinkled it on the altar, or he put it in the fire. Exodus 24, verse number 6 tells us that he sprinkled it on the altar. Number 5, what were Aaron, Nadab, Abihu, and 70 of the elders of Israel instructed to do in regard to worship? Worship at a distance, worship on the mountaintop, or worship in their tents? Exodus 24, verse number 1 tells us that they were to worship at a distance. All right, here's your bonus question. Who were Nadab and Abihu? Who were Nadab and Abihu? Exodus 6 and verse 23. And I'm sure you could have come up with a bunch of different answers on this. I'll leave this up to you whether you want to give yourself credit for whatever answer you came up with. But the specific answer that I'm looking for that comes from Exodus 6, verse 23 is that it was Aaron's oldest sons. All right. I hope you did well. Let me know how you did down in the comments. Some of these questions were tough. So if you got them all right, I'll be super impressed. I couldn't have got them all right. I'll tell you right now. But anyway, I hope you have a great weekend.